So I'm so glad that you are all here. We are going to talk a little bit about the Plexus business tonight. I'm Brandie Hutchins. I think I know most of you. Um, so before we get into the nitty gritty, I do want to say just a couple of basic things because I like reminding myself and I want to remind you of some exciting things. Number one, did you know that Plexus is debt free? We're a debt free company. Megan can correct me in the chat or unmute if I'm wrong, but I think this is our 17th year in business, nearing the 18th, which is pretty cool. We are the founders in gut health. Okay. We have a US patent on our pink drink and Immune Plus. And so yeah, this is the business to be in. We have consumable products, we have residual income, which we're also going to talk about here in a little bit. But 7 out of 10 people struggle with gut health issues, so everybody needs this, right? Um, I also feel like people right now are looking for natural solutions to their gut health issues or overall general health issues, right? They're looking for solutions, and we have that. We have really squeaky clean products that are helping them get their guts in check. So that's just the quick little what are we, right? Plexus is an amazing company to be a part of, and we're going to talk about why, right? So, before we get into the nitty gritty of what we're going to talk about, I'm going to hand it over. I'm going to have a friend help me tonight. Her name is Lisa Goodwin. We're going to kind of popcorn back and forth. That way, you're not just hearing from me, but you're hearing from her as well. Both of us are making full-time income with Plexus. That means we are making a standard full-time income by working from our phones. I do it with my babies on my lap. And we love sharing about how we have gotten here and the ins and outs of the compensation plan. We know we have good products, right? We also have a really good business model. So we're going to dive into that in just a second. Before we do that, I do want to pop it over to Elisa for just a minute, and I want her to give her story of how she found Plexus and where her business is at today. Hello, Lisa.
Hi. Thanks, Brandie. Can you hear me okay?
Mm-hmm.
All right, good. Had some technical difficulties this evening. Yes, so my name is Lisa Goodwin, like she said, and I have, let's see, I think it was around July of 2024. Yeah, July of 2024. That seems so weird to say that. Time has flown, and wow, could I ever have imagined this journey? No, I didn't see it on the docket. I had no clue. But I will tell you that I started with the intention of just the product. I had secretly watched Brandie for several months. And funny as it is, the reason that I never messaged her, I typed the messages, but I erased them for 6 months, one a month for 6 months at least. Um, I had this like FOMO big time because I was watching her earn these trips and all these things. And I was like, I had not only a brick and mortar business when I began looking at the need for this product, but I'd also been in another direct selling company for 30 years. So most of my life has been in direct sales, but I'm just going to tell you that I'm going to say this is so different. And she did say first thing to me, I want to talk to you about the business. And I said no. I want the product. I need the product. I had a lot of just, I'm not going to go into all the health issues, but I did. And a lot of that was caused from stress, from being in a place I wasn't happy with. And what Plexus brings to the table and is keeping me here, I'm going to right here, this community. The product is amazing. We all can agree with that. If you are on this call, I certainly believe you probably know that this product has done something for you and you believe in it passionately enough to want to learn how to share it with others. And that's why you're here tonight. Um, I was not going to do that, but I quickly realized that I had people in my world that I was not about to stand in the way of that. I had to tell them about it. And so if you have a block there somewhere, you got to remove that because there are people waiting for you. They just don't know they're waiting for you. I did not know I was waiting for Brandie. I just was a little jealous of all those things she was earning that I used to have those experiences, but things change in other companies. And what I have figured out that Plexus is only getting better. They're not going backwards. They're going forwards faster than almost every company out there in this America, at least maybe the world. Like that's how it is. So that's where I don't know if that's enough, but that's how I feel about it, and that's why I'm here.
Yes, thank you. It always like humbles me when you say that you had been watching me because you are one of the scariest people that I reached out to, not because of who you are, but because I knew you were so solid in another business. I'm not about stealing people or being like, trying to get people from other companies. But I knew that this would pair okay with what you were already doing. I had no idea that we would be where we are now. So it's been so fun writing this with you. Okay, so I'm going to be super fast. I had no intentions of sharing, zero zilch. I even said no probably 7 times. I don't know. I've not counted. I should go back and see how many times I said no, but it was a lot. And like so many other people, I feel like everyone who has your cameras on, raise your hand if you were not going to share these products because there is a huge majority of us. Look at that who was like, nope, I don't want to share. I'm just a product user, right? But we have something that we know works. And then once it starts working for us, it's like, whoa, I got to share this with other people, right? So I started sharing in 2023, exactly a year before Lisa. And I didn't, like I said, didn't want to, but everything kind of happened really fast. And within my first 3 months of Plexus, I had already earned over $10,000. I had earned a full free trip to Punta Cana. And then shortly after that, I won a Silver Stars trip. For me, I remember thinking like it was the first time that I had bought my husband a Christmas gift. Like that was so big to me. I'm a stay-at-home mom. I wasn't earning any money at the time. And I just remember being so excited to buy a Christmas gift for my hutch. So those are the little victories that soon became bigger and bigger. All right, I'm going to talk about the compensation plan because I don't want to sit here and talk about my story all night because I could spend an hour talking about this. But I want to talk about our compensation plan, how it works. We have a really good compensation plan, okay? I want to begin with our Fast Start program, okay? Because when you first join Plexus, you have the ability to do what we call the Fast Start program, which means that you're earning double of what you originally could. So I actually have a graphic here. I wish I knew how to screen share, but I don't. But we have these, oh, and my camera's horrible, but we have these graphics that you see us post every once in a while. And it says like refer 1, refer 3, refer 6, refer 9. And it gives you an estimate of how much money you would make if you do those. So let's say you grab 3 friends in January. Y'all, it's still January. So everybody could get off this call tonight and do this, okay? You're going to grab 3 friends. That's your mom, your sister, your bestie. You're going to make $310 just by doing that, right? By getting them to start the products. $310 in your pocket, right? So that's our Fast Start program. If you and your 3 friends share with 3 more friends, each of them share with 3 more friends, and you get about 17 friends going, that's like their 3 friends and their 3 friends, you're going to earn $1,600. That's what I did in my first month with Plexus. I found 17 people who I did not have, they were not my close friends and family. They were just little starbursts, and I earned over $1,600 just by sharing with 3 friends who shared with 3 friends, right? It was amazing. Okay, so that's the next thing I want to talk about. Did you hear me use the word starburst? We do not look like this. We do not have levels that go into a pyramid. We have these cool little firework, starburst, whatever you want to call them. So each little person is a bubble that gets to burst into whatever they want it to be. It's equal opportunity, right? So I get my 3 friends, and if you want to go get your 3 friends, you can, and then you can be done. You don't have to do any more. You can just stay with your 3 friends, or you can keep going, and you can make your starburst way bigger than mine, right? Because we have equal opportunity. So what that means is I'm not responsible for your growth. You're not responsible for mine. You kind of are running your own starburst, which I think is beautiful, right? And then when you see like the grand finale of fireworks, when the grand finale happens and there's just like fireworks everywhere, that's what it can look like, right? When you start spreading those little fires and they all start bursting. I like using fireworks instead of starburst because it makes me think of the grand finale on the 4th of July. And there's just all these people. That's what the starburst is. Okay. Each little bubble gets to grow as big or stay as little as they want. Beautiful. Okay. All right. I'm also going to talk about our ranks and income. Okay. This is where we have residual income. This is where people don't understand that you get to add a person. I have a person who has been with me from the night that I first started sharing and has been with me until today, right? I'm still getting paid for that person. You don't only get paid for like their first 3 months, okay? Every single time they order, you continue to get paid. That's residual income. Not everybody does that. In fact, very few do that, to where you're still getting paid as they continue to order. And we also get paid 7 levels deep. So you're not just getting paid for the people that you signed up, you're also getting paid for your little starbursts that are building fires everywhere and coming up to this big grand finale. It is amazing, right? And so we each have ranks for the amount of people that are in our starbursts, okay? So right now, if you have 3 friends tonight, you can be in the first rank of plexus, which is silver. That's $150 a month. That's your products are paid for, right? That's amazing. That 3 people, okay? And that's residual. Every time those 3 people order, you're getting paid, okay? Then the next rank, hold on, I'm gonna have to pull up my chart because I don't have these memorized. Your next rank is going to be senior silver, which is about $275 a month, okay? Roughly 9 people. Easy, right? Because your starburst grew. Your 3 friends shared with their 3 friends and their 3 friends, right? Then the next rank is gold. Gold was the goal for me. I wanted to be gold. I did that very fast. It's not normal to go that fast, but I did go very fast, and I was making $750 a month. My first 2 months in Plexus, $750. But that's not right. You know what I was actually making? Double that, because I was in my fast start window. So I was actually making double $750. The rank after that is senior gold. That is roughly, my phone's not cooperating, $875 a month. That's a good income, okay? That's about 20 people, roughly, okay? 20 people under you. Sorry, not senior gold, 50 people under you, and you're making around $875 a month. Who could use that money, right? Everybody. Every single person on this call could use an extra $800 or more. If you can't, you need to talk to me about what else you're doing. Because we all need the extra cash, right? Okay, and then we start getting higher in the ranks. And I don't want to just sit here and tell you, oh, if you do this, you get this. But listen, we have gems and jewels, okay? Rubies and senior rubies are the gems. I'm a gem in Plexus. It's a big deal, okay? We are making full-time income. So rubies are making close to $2,000 a month. Senior rubies are closer to the $3,000 to $4,000 a month. That's amazing. That way replaced my teacher salary, okay? Then when you hit the jewel rank, you guys listen. When you hit emerald, you can get a Plexus Lexus, so you can get your own car. You get to go pick it out. You get to go to the Lexus dealership and get all the things that you want. You can make it as fancy as you want, right? There are different levels of vehicles that you can choose from. But if you've ever seen a Lexus, I've not seen one that's not cool, okay? Or you can do what Justin Goff did, and you can take that money and buy a tractor or a side by side or whatever you want. You get to choose between the Plexus Lexus or a lifestyle bonus. Not everybody does that either. A lot of people are like, you have to take the car or you get nothing. Plexus is like, if you don't want the car, we'll give you something else, because maybe you want to drive a Jeep or a new tractor or something else, right? They give you that option, or a 15 passenger van, right? Um, whatever you choose. I think that's amazing that they give you that option. Okay. All right. I feel like I'm rambling. I'm almost done. Give me one more second. I'm going to tell you the 5 ways that we are paid. There's more than 5 ways, and I'm not going to sit here and break it all down for you, because Plexus is generous and they pay us in multiple ways, but I'm going to give you the top 5. Number 1, we have profit sharing. So when Plexus is in great momentum, like it is right now, we get a higher pay point, and they divvy that up between their people. The second way is through our personal commissions. So as we are adding people, we earn commissions from the people. When you start, you're getting about 20% commissions off of your 100 PV orders. Okay. When you get a little bit higher, I think it's, with PVs, it's 15%. So like if you don't have somebody that switches to VIP, you're still getting paid 15%. You get your rank up and fast start bonuses. We talked about fast starts, right? Every time you rank up, so the first time you hit silver, they give you an extra $100 just for hitting that silver. When you hit senior silver, they give you extra money just for hitting that rank, so forth and so on. I'm not going to sit here and name them all off, but I do know for Ruby, all of you who are on here getting that Ruby, right? $500. If you're in a fast start, it's an additional 500. Okay. Then we have our Lexus program, lifestyle bonus. That's for the jewels. And then the top 3 ranks, which is emerald, sapphire, and diamond. Those are the jewels. Okay. They also get a bigger profit sharing pool. So multiple ways to earn money. I have been so blessed to be able to partake in that. Thank you, Plexus. I don't want to brag. I feel like I brag, but I'm not bragging. I'm just telling you the potential. I'm a normal, ordinary person. I was a band director. Like, I'm not even supposed to be here. And I have earned 3 all-inclusive trips to out of the country places. And I have also earned an all-inclusive resort trip to Plexus worldwide. I got a Silver Stars trip where they brought me in. Plus, I earn all the money. So it's not like they're just giving us a free t-shirt here and there and patting us on the back. We are making real money, real trips. It's all so fun. Okay, now I want to bring Lisa back in, because I've told you all the stuff, the stats, right? How we earn the money, where the money's coming from. But how do we get the people? Like, how do we work this business? Where do we find these people? So the first thing we're going to talk about is the power of 3. And I want Lisa to chime in, because she is like the bomb at finding buddies for her people. So she's going to talk briefly about how she has utilized. I did not prepare her for this, by the way. This is just her experience coming out raw. Are you ready? So she is going to talk about how she has brought the buddy system into play and the power of 3, and how that has duplicated on her team. Go for it, Lisa.
Okay. All right. Yep. It's my favorite thing. I love helping other people share. I love seeing other people succeed and helping other people succeed. So I feel like, it sort of comes naturally to me. And I'm going to encourage you to have this kind of mindset. When you really focus on another person, what goes on with you, just that's all like gravy. That's just like God smiling down for blessing your efforts. But I don't think about that when I'm in the motion. Like, I love it when someone says, I've got a friend. Or when I say, do you have a friend? And Brandie didn't really, I will be honest, Brandie didn't say to me, because I said, no, I'm not sharing this. I'm not sharing this. But here's what she did for me. She made sure that I had all the tools I needed, and that I had access to the products and the information about the products because, and I've always had this philosophy, when you stay close to your product, things happen, because that's what happened to me when I got close to the product. And when I say close to the product, I don't mean taking the product. I mean, I went in deep on learning about the product because I had some issues, and I'm like, okay, is this working? And I went through that period of time and I was like, I don't know if this is working. I'm like, I'm not sure. And then I love it that we do this. And I try to do this for my people. And I hope that you have your resources saved in your phone that you can throw somebody. And somebody threw me a video, which I have lost now. And I'm trying to find for someone that was all about this woman who gained 10 pounds in her first few weeks, and she was talking about trusting the process, and it was a life-changing moment. I remember where I was because I was really teetering on this, but I was also thinking, man, if this works, I've got a list. And one of my friends is on here tonight, and her name was Stacy. And I immediately was like, as I was learning, and I was on that verge of being like, this is not working. And I heard, trust the process, trust the process, trust the process. And I'm like, okay, I'm trusting the process. I'm trusting the process. And here was the thing that happened then. I was like, Stacy needs this. Stacy needs this. And guess what? Then Stacy is on the product. And Stacy is working in an office full of women who know how sick she's been, our closest friends and the people around every day. They know. And she was not making any bones about the fact she was talking about it, but she wasn't running to the bathroom every 5 minutes. She wasn't having to go home. And I'm sorry, Stacey's on here, but change her clothes during the day because she had IBS like crazy and all these things that were happening. And the next thing I know, there's like 5 people lined up to start. And then those 5 people start telling their friends. And we're just all talking about that. Who's your buddy? Who do you want to do life with? Who do you want to take with you? It's like going to a party without your friends. That's what this is like. Like, you go to a party without your friends, you don't invite them. You don't invite them. And when someone invites your friend to a party, well, how do you feel about that? Because I don't want people inviting my friends to a big old party that's my idea, basically, but I'm too afraid to talk to them. I don't tell them. I don't tell them. That's not fair. That's not fair. So I like want everybody to tell their friends. It's like, what's going to be the worst thing? I say you stand in the grocery store, someone ever ask you if you want a piece of gum, and you're not close enough to know you have bad breath. Okay. Seriously, not. They just say, hey, you want a piece of gum? Or at church, hey, you want a piece of gum? Like, whatever. And some people say no. And you don't think anything about it. You don't feel like, oh gosh, they must hate me. They must think I'm silly. We just like, no, I don't want a piece of gum. I already have a piece of gum, whatever. That's how you must think about this. Like, you just need to like tell them. And if they say no, no is not right now. Like, literally. Brandie would say this, probably Megan would say this, a team's full of people. Like, I have so many people that have come to me in the last few months that I talked to in the very first few months. And that's what I think is so important, is just getting out of your own way and being like, why shouldn't we? And that's really what spawned me to want to share with someone else and encourage them to share with someone else, because this is way past that money thing. This is like bringing quality of life back to people, because there's a lot of people that don't have a good quality of life. And that's what I feel. That's how I feel about that. That is my secret to the +1s and the 3s, the power of 3. That's honestly how I feel. I feel like, though, when someone does when they share the first time, then I have to say, if you share with 2 more people, this is really sweet what happens here. I think they have to know that too, because we all have different focuses, and sometimes money motivates some people, but helping people motivates some people too. We're all a little bit different. And I think that I always feel like they have to know what the next step is. So we talk about the first one. We talk about our best friend, our sister, our mom. Really, isn't that where we start at? And then, like, well, here's the next step then. And there you go. And then it just goes from there. Love it. Love it. And you know what? they're with you or they're not with you. It's like, I don't know how to explain this, but you don't, if they decide it's not for them right now, you're not losing, you're not, you're not losing, like they're not firing you. Okay. You're not getting something taken away. I came from somewhere where it got taken away. You're not getting it taken away. All right. I think that's really important, especially if somebody has been in another business, because there are a lot of other types of businesses out there that you can lose where you're at. You can get it taken away. And so I'm like, take that out of your brain, because that's not how this works. It took me a while to figure that out, and that can hold some people back. And so, yeah, you graciously share, and they're not going to take that away from you.
Oh, I love it. You guys, every time that woman opens her mouth, I hope you are listening. She is just, we're so blessed to have Lisa. Um, as she was saying that, I was reading some of the comments. I'm not going to repeat one of them, but go read what Stacy said. It's quite hilarious, but also true. And then Amber was saying things as well. So if you guys are able to scroll the comments or contribute to the comments, go for it. But Amber is also reminding us that like we can do this as homeschooling moms, as there's a lot of working moms. Megan is really good friends with a diamond that she just did Super Saturday with, who is still, she is a diamond, you guys. I don't want to like call her bluff. She's making over $20,000 a month, and she's still a full-time hairstylist, because you want to know what, guys? We do this for free. A lot of us would do this for free because we are so addicted to the process of helping people. The first time I got paid, I didn't know where the money was going to go. I didn't know how I was going to get it. And frankly, I didn't really care. I had no idea how much I was about to make, because I got so addicted to like, oh, I got another person. Like they're going to feel so good. They're going to feel so amazing. We just get addicted to that feeling for people. Like we want them to feel as good as we do. And we can't stop. Um, okay. The fun thing is Plexus doesn't make us do it for free. We have this awesome custom compensation plan. Okay, so we are going to call it a night in just a second. What we're going to do, I'm going to give you an assignment, if you will. Okay, if you're willing to take an assignment, I'm going to give you an assignment. And then what I want you to do with that is we are going to try, we may extend it. I don't know. It's already almost 9 o'clock. So let's see what happens. Okay. We are going to give $15 off to anyone who signs up tonight. Okay. We're going to cut it off at midnight. If I need to get away from the comments, they're distracting me, but the money fairy off to the side is hilarious, because I thought there was a money fairy. You guys, I knew nothing about the compensation plan until about a year ago, and I was already a Ruby. No idea how we got paid. Okay, anyway, let me get rid of this so I'm not distracted. So by midnight tonight, you're going to sign someone up, and then we are going to rebate them $15. All right? Let's see how it goes, because here's your actual assignment. I want you guys to all make, and I'm talking to all of you who are veterans on this call too. We're going to make a new Hot 20 list. I want you to make a list of 10 to 20 people, okay, that need these products or that need the financial side of this business, right? That's everybody. Anybody can qualify for this, but I want you to make a list of 10 to 20 people, and you're going to message those people, okay, tonight. We're going to try to get them signed up by midnight. If we need to, I'm talking for someone else, by the way. This is not my money on the line. Totally talking for when it's someone else's money, I'm like, all right, we're going to extend it. If we need more time, we might extend it to tomorrow, but I want you guys to do it tonight. It would be great if we could do it tonight, okay? So you're going to make your list of 10 to 20 people. You're going to message those people, and you're going to try to get someone signed up tonight, all right, for that $15 off. Okay. What I want to do, I want to end this call, but I want you all to hang on, okay? Thank you, guys. You can stop the recording. Can you stop the recording, Meg?